Shalom, shalom. Why get started and give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kabadash. Hey, martial law here, man. Martial law is here. Got the troops on the streets, you know? You got the fucking troops on the street, and it's game on, you know? Fucking game on. Yeah. I've been telling y'all for years. They and it's here. Now, is it full blown martial law yet? Maybe in the beginning stages of it going hot. What I mean by hot, when they start killing people on the streets, man. When Trump go ahead and get that insurrection act going, that's a backdoor for martial law. What's gonna happen after that? They're gonna start killing a lot of you people out here, man. You know? Somebody said we're ready to put the insurrection act in the law. We're gonna come with these so-called niggas that Native Americans first, man. These troops are gonna be mowing you down in the streets, putting you to death. It don't matter if you fucking FBA or you from a different country, man. You look dark, they're gonna put your ass to death. You look black or brown, that's your ass. Huh? So you can go up there to me, I'm an FBA, you know? Your ass gonna be DOA, man. That's what's gonna happen. Look at some precepts. Because we at the end of this. We at the very end. But this place is finally wrapping up, man. It's finally wrapping up. It's second address, 15. Oh, speak down in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, says the Most High. So we out here speaking the words of prophecy that the Most High, so I will put it in our mouth, in my mouth. And what he's been telling you through us is that the troops that here on the streets, man, Jacob's trouble is heating up, man. You know, it went from rounding up the illegals, you know, to now we gotta do something about crime in the urban areas. Oh, these so-called black people, you know. So this man is ready, not able, not just ready, but willing to put the military on you, man, to get rid of you, man. And guess what? He gonna fucking do it. You know? It's looking like Trump is that man. Go ahead and bring in martial law, collapse the economy, and get the digital currency going. Man. You know, he's looking like that nigga, man. You know? Trump is looking like that nigga to do it. Verse 2, and cause them to be written in paper, but they are faithful and true. They're the prophecies that's coming out of my mouth, man. They're faithful and true. You know, we told you troops are gonna be on the streets of America. They here, man. You know? We told you there's gonna be wars and rumors of wars. Look what's going on. Wars and rumors of wars, man. Up wars of the people. You know? Famine going on. Ever since that lockdown, I forget the exact number. How many people have died from starvation, man, from famine? You know, we've been telling you all these things, and it's been coming to pass, man. And it's gonna keep coming to pass until the last prophecy fulfilled. In verse 3, fear not the imaginations against thee. Yeah, because people imagine all kind of ways they could do something to me, man. They imagine all kind of ways I could just shut up, you know, all kind of ways they could get me off the block. but it, but they can't, you know. They've been trying and trying, but they can't. Hey, somebody act up, I go somewhere else. I make my rounds, you know, lay low for a little bit, and I'm coming right back, man. You people claim y'all such Americans, y'all believe in freedom of speech. But when I get to speaking these words in this Bible, oh, it's a whole different story then. Oh, you don't want to hear that. No, you people ain't nothing but a bunch of goddamn hypocrites, man. Bunch of hypocrites. But if I was out here in a white robe and burning some crosses, you'd be like, oh, that's just freedom of speech. You know, I was a skinhead. You'd be saying, oh, leave me alone. Leave that guy alone. Keep practicing his freedom of speech. So when I say, hey, this coming out of the Bible, oh, no, you hateful. Oh, you hate monger. You stirring up hate. Yeah. People are ridiculous. Funny. You know, practically retarded. You ask me. Yeah, so I don't fear the imaginations that you people got brewing in your minds against me, man. Because it's gonna come to naught. You know? Let not the incredulity. Yeah, so I don't care about the unbelief of you so-called Negro Latinos and Native Americans or you heathens. I don't care if you believe what I'm saying is true. And I don't give a damn if you think it's true or not. That speak against thee. So yeah, you talking shit, speaking against me, a man of Lord, when you actually speaking against how about sitting down with them? You speaking against their word. You know? I'm just a messenger. The king has sent out a decree, and you're not responding to it. So-called Negro Latinos, the Native Americans. He's telling you, about to put you to death if you don't do this, that, and third. And you just saying, hey, damn the messenger. We don't want to hear that. What is this nigga talking about? You know, what could he possibly know? He don't have a suit on. He didn't go to a seminary school, a cemetery school, what I call it. You know? So verse 4, all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So yeah, you 2/3 of the nation Israel, man, you're gonna die in your unfaithfulness. If you've been a bunch of unfaithful whores, man. You know, you go a horn after different powers, man. Getting on your knees and praying to any and everything, but the right power. And a lot of you don't even believe in anything anymore, man. You know, then you got some called Christian witches. What kind of madness is that, man? So you got our people on the witchcraft, idolatry, voodoo, worshiping mammon, money, So they've gone backwards, man. You know, they've gone completely backwards. Let's speak about how the whole head is sick. The whole head of Israel is sick, man. You know? And we try to give you the healing medicine, which is the truth. And you niggas just wide awake. You know how when you used to be sick, you know, when you was little, you be in the bed, mama try to give you some medicine with that damn teaspoon. You know, when I was growing up, he used to always get that spoon, you know, and you be rounding up, don't want the spoon in your mouth, you know. We're in for wars, huh? There he is. Yeah, I see him on banned that video a lot, you know. So yeah, man, you know, you get that teaspoon, and you know, and they try to give you that medicine. You frowning all up, you know, you swallow a little bit, you spit it out, you know. That's how it is with this tree. You know, Jacob swallow a little bit of it, spit it out. Then some Jakes like myself, man, you know, you swallow it all. You know, you just take the whole dose. You know, your mom be like, let me give you one more dose. You got one more. I'm like, all right, you know, and I took that other dose, man. Yeah, it was a little bitter in the beginning, but it gets sweet as it go down. Because once you start realizing how all this ties together, you know, in the beginning it's bitter because you know, you're like, damn, all these people want to die. You know, you trying to get your family to get on board. They ain't with it. You know, you try to tell your friends, they ain't with it. Like, damn, so we get a little bitter, get a little depressed in the beginning. But as time go on, you're like, fuck these people, man. Fuck 'em, you know, let them die, man. Let them, let them get judged, you know. And that's where I am now, man, in that sweet spot, you know. You know? Where I'm just like, hey, whatever the Lord want to do, man, I'm with it. You know, I just do what I'm supposed to do. It's hard to say. And that's what it is. Verse 5, behold, says the Most High, I will bring plague upon the world, the sword, the modern day sword, the gun, famine. And we just think about the famine ever since the C-119 lockdown, death, and you know, you niggas get judged daily and destruction. So the Lord is saying, He's gonna bring all this upon the earth, man. The plagues, you know, sword, famine, everything. You know, where's this big teddy bear of God I used to read about? You know, the God I used to read about, uh, pretty much, he wasn't harm a fly, man. You know, so once you get into this truth, you realize what all you've been taught is pretty much just bullshit, man. They don't really know the true power of this Bible. You know, they got the watered down version, man. The white version, you know? And the white version is soft, man. Weak. You know what I'm saying? But the so-called black man of this Bible is the real deal, man. You know? The Bible speaks about an austere man, not some soft ass white boy talking about, oh, turn the other cheek, my child. You know? demon, you know, with blonde hair and blue eyes. Where is that in the scriptures, man? Where is that in the scriptures? What's going on with you? See yourself on this sign? You see yourself on this sign?
Oh, I'm just a guy. Fashion.
But yeah,
Well, what is it you selling?
I ain't selling nothing but the truth.
Oh,
And it's free. You know what I'm saying?
are you on a channel?
Yeah, I got a channel.
Okay.
Yes,
what
sir.
What channel you on?
North Shore Prophet 3 on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So what do you consider yourself?
Just a minute.
Nah, on here. But what would you consider yourself on here though?
I'm not in nothing. I'm just a man.
Okay, well this ain't for you then, my brother.
All right.
All right. Because I'm out here to preach to the Israelites, man.
Oh,
You know?
I'm American. Oh,
All right. Good luck with that. You say that when these troops roll up on you, come on, I'm just an American. Okay? Let's see if the Lord be with you then. You know? Let's see if the Lord recognizes an American when you people calling for help. Because believe it or not, these troops are coming to kill you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You know? You public enemy number one. You know? You are public enemy number one. You know? They got so-called black fatigue. And you already know who I'm talking about. They say they got black fatigue, man. And Trump pretty much called you a nigger the other day when he said it's only two N words you can't say. It's nuclear and the N word. So it's up there with Trump. He ready to call you a nigger on live TV, man. But he said he can't say it. He ain't saying he won't say it. He's just saying he can't say it right now on TV anyway. You know he said it behind closed doors. So, hey, like I said, man, the whole head is sick. Jake told me I'm an American. I said, well, brother, this ain't for you then, man. Because I'm not looking to preach to Americans, man. I'm looking to preach to the lost sheep of the house of the nation of Israel, man. If you can't identify yourself on this chart, then we got nothing to talk about, man. I can't get through to you, you know? The scriptures speak about how these troops are going to pull you niggas out of your houses, man. And you so-called Latinos going to pull you out of your houses. And you so-called Native Americans and going to put you to death, you know? They said they're not going to spare not one of you. They're going to put you to death. So when they come up to you, if they even talk to you, because the way the scripture's saying, they not coming to talk. You know, they coming to put you to death. So you see some troops on your street, hey, either you're going to have to run or you're going to lay it down, man. You can't get up there and say, oh, I've been here 2, 3 generations, 5 generations, you know, I'm an FBA, and, you know, they just going to light your ass up, man. But he got to get that insurrection law passed, man. You got to get that in effect. And that's the fact of the martial law. And when that, and then y'all niggas ass after that, man. It's y'all niggas ass after that. You know, Jake talking about he American. Hey, I'm glad you're an American, man. More power to you. But let's see if the Lord bail your ass out. I just said earlier, You try to give people our truth, try to say, hey, I'm the messenger, you know, uh, destruction coming. Let me tell you something about the truth. They just, they just go on about their business, man. It's like, why do you even want my channel if you don't even believe or trying to understand what I'm talking about? Niggas are just bored. Man. Got nothing going on in life. Walking around aimlessly. Our people love entertainment. They love entertainment. They just want to be entertained. But this ain't no fucking side show up here. This is strictly business. This is all about the Lord's business up here, man. I'm not up here to entertain you niggas, man. You know? I'm not your damn minstrel show, man. I'm here to fucking give you something that's detrimental to your life. Hey, whether you hear or whether you fulfill, man. Either or. You know, I really don't even care. And I ain't up here to occupy your time, man. I'm not up here to babysit you until you find you something else to do, man. It ain't that type of time up here. The Lord's getting ready to kill you motherfuckers, man. He's getting ready to put y'all to death. And you up here playing games, being stupid. You know? Verse 6, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their works are fulfilled. So yeah, wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. I don't even have to break that down. You can just turn on the TV, take a walk, and you can just see wickedness throughout the whole, just this area. Ain't nobody following the law, statutes, and commandments anywhere, man. The law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible are not enforced nowhere on the planet. So the whole earth is exceedingly polluted, man, with wickedness. You know? It says, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore, says the Most High, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. So yeah, the Lord's not holding his tongue no more. And how you doing it? It's through the prophets, man. Men like myself, telling you that the Lord is upset, he's pissed, and he's ready to kill, man. You know? And in mass numbers. He already put a lot of y'all to death. Okay? And we push to where you just gonna see just bodies on top of bodies, man, in the streets. You're gonna have to step over people. There's gonna be so many bodies out here in the streets, man. You're gonna be running and just gonna trip over people. He said, if they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood cried unto me. So yeah, I'm constantly crying out to the Lord, man. Come free us out of this hellhole and put the wicked to death, man. You know? Come get me the hell out of here, man. I can't take no more of this bullshit. But I'm still on duty, man. I still gotta keep going. No matter You know how much bull I got to put up with and deal with. I gotta still keep doing this until it's time for me to get out. It says, "And the righteous blood crieth unto me. The soul of the just complains continually." So yeah, if you're not complaining, then you're not in your right mind. You know, you can't be in this truth and talking about, oh, why you complaining all the time? You're supposed to be complaining. You're not supposed to be happy. Dead wench. You know, you're not supposed to be happy here. Stuck in this position I'm in. So yeah, I complain continually, man. Constantly about something. If you ain't complaining, you're satisfied. So the Lord wants me to complain, and I'm gonna complain, man. Because only the righteous and the innocent can complain. That's what the scripture says. So I might be on to something. Verse 9, and therefore says the Most High, I will surely avenge thee and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. The Lord's going to avenge it. All the shit we done been through. And all the hell I've been catching. He's going to avenge me, man. I believe that's Luke in 6:25, man. Let me see. Let me pull that up. So the Lord is about getting avenging me. Luke 6. Nope, that ain't it. Let me see. Damn, I could have sworn that was it. Let me see if I can find that. Hold on. I can't let that one slide. Yeah, so I came back. Yeah, it's in Luke. I had the wrong chapter. This is Luke 18:7 to back up that point I just made about the Lord Most High avenging. This is, and shall not God avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear along with them? So yeah, I'm crying day and night, man, for the Lord to come bail me out of this shit. You know? Feel my mind. And this is in red letters. I know you people love to see red letters when you read this Bible. And so this is Jesus, so-called Jesus, saying that God, his Father, is going to avenge his elect, man. He gets the payback for us, man. So I ain't got to do nothing. He's going to do the payback. You know, he said, vengeance is his, right? He said, vengeance is mine. So most I don't want me to do nothing but preach, man. He got everything else. You know? If I could think of that other precept, but he was like, well, he said, well, yeah, is anything too hard to do? The answer is no. It's too hard. No. And then hell, Jeremiah, I believe 23:23. Let me get that. Jeremiah 23:23. This is Jeremiah 23:23. Am I a God at hand, says the Lord, and not a God afar off? And the answer is, in the beginning, he says, am I a God at hand? And the answer is yes, says the Lord, not a God afar off. And the answer is no, he's not a God afar off. You know, he's on demand, man. He's willing and able and got the power to do anything, man. So he's not a power from afar off, man. You know, I see it all the time and experience it all the time, man. So we have an actual living power, man. A living, breathing power. Give me some fictional characters in the book. This ain't a good bedtime or a good goosebump novel. It's the only book that's alive. It's the only book of prophecy. You know, this one is nothing but a cheap knockoff of the Bible. So let's go on back to that second Ezra. Verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them to, I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. And now we're talking about a spiritual Egypt, man. And we're in that spiritual Egypt. This place takes all the customs of Egypt. Let's get Hosea 4 and 6. Says, so my people are led to the slaughter. Yeah, because Jake, you know, our people, you so-called Negro teams and Native Americans, man, you don't fucking read. And when you do, you reading bullshit, man. You know, so you don't know about the different laws that's being passed and handed down, man. You know, but you know all the people Cardi B fucking, man. You know all about that. You know how many fucking touchdowns this bozo done scored, man. Or that bozo done scored. You know? You know a lot of pop culture bullshit. You know? So he led to the slaughter all day long. You know, you definitely don't know about the different chemicals in foods. You know? You don't know about that. You don't know about the chemtrails. Most important, you don't even know who your enemy is. You don't know that you got enemies out here. Isaiah 4 and 6. When people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Yeah, they're destroyed for lack of knowledge. But most of y'all just took. You don't even know what time we're in right now. You know, you got the troops out here in the streets getting ready for the roundup. And all you can do is think about, C. Murder getting out of prison, man. Or what the Diddy trial all about, you know? It says, because thou has rejected knowledge, and the knowledge you rejected is this truth, man. This Bible, man. This is the only true knowledge of you Israelites, man. Because I will also reject thee. So the Lord's gonna reject you, man. Rejecting his knowledge. So when you look out your window at 3, 4 in the morning, and you got that spotlight on your house, and you got some troops out there on the intercom, on the loudspeaker, talking about come out with your hands up, right then you're gonna know you fucked up. Come out, put your hands in the air, turn your back towards me, and walk in the house slowly. Then once it gets you, go Jerome, go Keisha, all lined up in the front yard, and grandma, don't forget about grandma, get her ass out the house, in her nightgown. They just gonna line you up in the front yard and put you to death. There'll be no jury, no say so, man. You're gonna be put to death, and then they can go to the next house doing the same thing, man. They're gonna drag you out the house, give you a dirt nap. But others coming. Because believe me, martial law is about to be declared, and we're gonna see how tough everybody is, man. These Humvees, these Emirates pull up on your block, man. When these armored Humvees with these miniguns on top, you know, filling your whole house like Swiss cheese. But you're gonna be looking in the air and you're gonna see a damn F-16, man, doing a damn airstrike in your neighborhood. So let's go on. It says that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, of thy power. I will also forget thy children. So the Lord saying you forgot his law, statutes, and commandments, and he's gonna forget you, man, and your children. And then you see it every day in the news. A so-called Negro, a so-called people killed in the street. It's been forgotten. You know? You're on the bottom of the barrel. You the last hired first hired. You the face of poverty, diseases, single parent homes. You know it all because you've been forgotten by the Most High, man. And he rejected you and your children. And look at us now, man. All fucked up. And that just didn't happen, you know. It was purely calculated by the Lord, man, to do it. He had a plan. and it worked. You know, verse 7, as they were increased, so they sinned against me. So as we multiplied and grew larger in number, the more we sinned against the Most High. Let me go back to that section. Just jumped on me. I had jumped. So I jumped all the way down. I thought they went to verse 12. Let me go to verse 12. Let's go back to verse 10. It says, behold, my people is led of the flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Verse 11, I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before. So how could you smite Egypt again, man? Because we're in America, and this is spiritual Egypt, like I brought up, man. So all the plagues that Egypt got before, they're gonna get them again here, man, in America. One is Babylon, Egypt, Syria, Nineveh, Sodom. That's all those places tied into this place, man. All these different things, man. This place takes on the custody of all of them. So that's why this is known as Babylon in the Bible. Nothing but confusion. It says, as before, and would destroy all the land thereof. So the Lord said he's going to destroy all the land of Egypt. This new Egypt. He's going to destroy all of it, man. And how you going to do that? The thermonuclear Icelandic missiles. The nukes are on the way. The thermonuclear weapons are already in place, man. And Putin, he already put that button. Just 2 weeks ago, he was sitting in front of the nuke controller, they took a picture of him. He just sitting there in the chair looking at the controller like, is he gonna push the button or what? He had this dumb look on his face like, man, I'll just push the button and get ready then. That's the kind of look Putin had on his face. And believe it or not, he's gonna eventually push that button. He's gonna put that code in, and he's gonna push that launch. And it's gonna be it. Because Putin is tired of playing for the U.S., man. This whole thing with Ukraine is a Moldova Russia. So Putin's gonna eventually get tired of playing games in the U.S. and just nuke it, man. That's what it's boiling down to. You got China, Russia, Iran, North Korea, all ready to go to war with this place. And as you see, India just jumped on board, man. They using the yuan now by their oil. So they jumping down with China and Russia. Everybody turning their back on this place. You know, and it's gonna be a big barbecue here, man. Big boy barbecue up on Friday. Oh, shit. And believe me, they're gonna destroy the whole land. Every square inch of the state is gonna be burned. Nuked. They're gonna be no hiding. You can't hide. You can't go in the ground. And if you're gonna ride it out in a sewer, or you got a doomsday bunker, it ain't gonna matter this time. You're not gonna escape this nuclear destruction with your ass in America. You're gonna die here. You're gonna be radioactive ass. You know? Your body's gonna be blown somewhere like ashes. It's like Sarah Connor on Terminator. She was on that train screaming, trying to tell the kids get off the playground. But that nuke blast was going on. That detonator, that Mustang car was going on. The next thing you know, she caught on fire. And then she just started turning the ashes, man. That's how a lot of you people are. Everybody here in America. So if you got some money, or if you don't, you be trying to find a way to get out of here. Because nobody's surviving the nuke. Nobody. And they ain't too far off either. Verse 12, Egypt shall mourn and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague of punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. So yeah, that plague is talking about that nuclear plague. You know? Everybody got nukes. Even NATO, you gonna shoot nukes. They gonna turn it just as much. Everybody's gonna turn on America. Everybody fucking tired of this place. And they all gonna shoot their nukes on this place. You know? And then I don't know if you've been watching the news, but in Venezuela, they trying to go into Venezuela and take the oil down there. But Colombia just said, hey, wait a minute, man. Y'all fucking up. You know, they're my brothers, man. He knows so many words. You going to war with them, you gotta go to war with us. So hey, man, it's up there, man. Everybody standing up to the fully on the block, man. Everybody standing up to the fully, man. The scriptures speak about how everybody confederate with thee is against thee. And Obadiah, man. So America thought it had all these allies, but you really don't. You know, America's like that, you know, a guy to say, you know, you got a lot of money, but he an asshole with him. But you put up with him because, you know, he'll buy the drink, he'll buy the food, you know, he invite you to the parties and shit. But you really deep down can't stand him and you don't like that motherfucker, hate that motherfucker, right? But you know, y'all do business together, you know, continue, man. So you put up with the bullshit. But eventually, they gonna get tired of that, man. and everybody getting tired of it. And they're gonna empty them silos, man. You know, they're gonna empty them silos and them damn nuke launchers, man. They're gonna empty whatever they got, whether it's in the sub, the submarine, the silo. It don't matter, man. They all gonna empty whatever they got, and the whole earth gonna quake. Think about how the whole earth is gonna quake from this nuclear blast, man. This nuclear destruction. You know, so it's gonna be such a blast, a detonation so hard from the nukes going off. How the earth is going real to and fro like a drunken. You ever seen a real drunk person can stand up straight? That's how the earth is gonna be, man. Just damn near knock it off his axis. That's how powerful this blast is gonna be. You know? Ooh-wee. You can imagine the destruction. When you say the whole of Egypt gonna melt, it's gonna melt. It's gonna melt, bro. And ain't nothing to be done to stop it. I don't give a damn how much Trump talking about he the author of peace, pretty much. You know? Talking about he getting a Nobel Peace Prize. You ain't gonna be able to stop this World War III. Can't stop it. It's on the book. Matter of fact, it's in the Bible. So World War III is on schedule. No? World War III is on schedule. And all you able-bodied men and women gonna get drafted. Because you gotta go fight for your government, man. They gonna need bodies for this World War III. And they don't have enough right now. So the draft is coming back. And they don't give a damn what you identify as either, man. When the papers start going out, you gonna shape up and ship out. You gonna shape up and ship out. You have to get you some boots and a rifle. Because over in Ukraine, they don't have an age limit. So you could be practically retarded and still get drafted. You don't have an age limit in Ukraine. Everybody going to the front line. So hey, if you don't get caught up in martial law, you might get caught up in the drill. You don't get caught up in the drill, then the nuke's gonna get you. But when you get shipped off to the Middle East, in the valley of Jehoshaphat, that's where you gonna remain at. You ain't coming back. You know? You're not coming back to the good old US of A. The Lord promised the birds of peace. From all the dead bodies gonna be over there in the Middle East, man, in that desert. and the birds got to eat, man. I mean, people, you just don't get it, man. You just don't get it. You don't have that eyesight. Man. You don't have that eyesight. You know, hey, it is what it is. I'm just glad the Lord dealing with me, man. So let's go on to Proverbs 11:21. Well, hold on, let's go to 13 still. I ain't done with the second yet. It says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail with the fearful constellation. And that blasting and hail is talking about the chariots. It's called UFOs. Verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. And woe meaning destruction. There's destruction to the world and them that dwell therein. Verse 15. For the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. Verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men. So you got sedition among men, which is already in the beginning stages. Speaking ill will towards the U.S. government. So that's part of sedition. So people like myself, and you got people like Antifa. And if you got anything to say about the government, you're gonna be an enemy of the state. You're gonna be deemed a terrorist. And a lot of people already deemed terrorists already. Due to the Patriot Act. If you spend money like cash, you consider it a terrorist. You know, and it's a whole list of other stuff. It's been so long since I read it. But you don't believe the government official word, then you deemed a terrorist, man. You know? You like the status quo. You don't want to participate in this government or this way of life, then you're a terrorist, man. You don't want to be the model citizen, so to speak. You being a terrorist, but you do it. Everybody knows. And when the time comes, they're going to declare you an enemy. And say, hey, man, we don't negotiate with terrorists. you know? Like George Bush Sr. said, man, you don't negotiate with terrorists. They're going to put you to death. Oh, it's weird. They're just going to round you up, take you to a FEMA camp, and, oh, man, send you on your merry way. To the upper room, like they say. They're going to send your ass to the upper room, man. So it don't matter what you do in life, man. You can go to work, Be the be the model citizen. Work every day. You know, you got your bills, you pay your taxes, or you could be just straight on the opposite end, man. Homeless, nothing going on. They still gonna round your ass up. So everybody's gonna be on the same playing field, man. You all gonna be enemies. And they got that was what 10 years ago, where they had 1 billion rounds of ammo, 1 billion rounds of ammunition. So you can only imagine how much they got now. You can only imagine how many rounds of ammunition they got for the American people. Because hey, the bankers, Rothschilds, starting with the Rothschilds and the Rockefeller, they got something called a New World Order that they got to get, accomplished. All of them getting old, dying off. And once you got this idea, and people are like, hey man, when is this New World Order gonna kick off? All they flunkies and minions, and they getting ready to go with their movie. They are going to get their New World Order established. And if they got to kill the vast majority of you people to do it, they're gonna do it. There's gonna be no more of that Constitution shit. You talking about, oh my, I know my rights. No, it's gonna be whatever they make up that day, man. You know, they gonna say do whatever they want to. Ain't no more going through the House, the Senate, and all that dumb shit no more. It's gonna be, instant, man. This is what we want the people to do. We want you to be a boy today, man. They're gonna make a decree, put it on the channel, on the news channel, and say, hey, you gotta be a man today, man. It don't matter what you are. You know, it's gonna be like shit like that going on. Or they gonna say, hey, turn on your children in, man. You need your kids. We need kids from infants up to 12 years old, man. We need those, and you have to turn them over. And believe me, what they gonna do with them kids? They ain't gonna be up there playing no patty cake with them either, or taking them to Chuck E. Cheese. 'Cause what you people don't know is that these elite, your politicians, these bankers, these kings and queens, they're in the child sacrificing, man, drinking blood, you know, pedophilia. They in the bestiality, man. They get on TV, with their suits on and with all their degrees, you know, they got the nice, fancy language, very eloquent, you know. But behind closed doors, they nothing but a bunch of freaks. They having seances, they sacrificing children in the basement, you know, orgies, drugs. This is what runs the country. There's been a couple guys or women that's been up there, did a little whistleblowing. They told a few secrets on how they, how how they having orgies up there, man. You got people like Nancy Pelosi, you know, and other elderly people in the orgy, man. You know, no, they're not into that. They're into satanic rituals, man. This one black chick came out. I think she was working for Hillary or something, if I remember right. It's been a few years ago, I believe. It slipped out where she was talking about in a text message where she about to sacrifice a chicken in her backyard. And here these people supposed to be, the brightest minds. They go all these prestige colleges, Yale, Harvard, to name a couple. And here they are, they're participating in sacrifices, man. And oh yeah, and go to Bohemian Grove, man. You got politicians out there, sacrificing to Molech, man. We talking about world leaders. So they still carrying on all the customs, all these previous, kingdoms, man. Still worshiping idols, sacrificing children, spirit cooking, and devil worshiping. And these are your elected officials, and you're supposed to take these people seriously. So you gotta know what you're dealing with. That's why they want people, like me, off the block, man. I'm gonna give you the. I ain't sugarcoating nothing, man. All right. Let me give you the rundown. And like I said before, man, whether I'm teaching you somebody's Bible or not, you believe it or you don't. I don't really care, man. So this New World Order, they're gonna have their way with you, man. And like Klaus Schwab said, man, you're gonna own nothing and you're gonna be happy. They're gonna put you on they new plantations. And you're gonna be a digital slave, man. You're gonna be chipped up with the RFID microchip. That's if you choose to get it. But if you get it, you're gonna be a digital slave. You're gonna be working for crickets, literally crickets and caterpillars, man. You might get you enough tokens to buy you a bag of cockroaches for the week, because that's the plan. They say you're gonna eat the bugs, man. As a matter of fact, he said you're gonna eat Z-bugs. While he's sitting in a nice steak, he's gonna give you a bag of crickets to eat. You know? And do a few more. I'm getting on out of here, man. This Proverbs 11 and 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. So yeah, you coons, you want to join hand in hand You know, season, in June, and all this going down, troops on the streets. You know, you want to be out there jumping, trying to save Esau, Edom, man. The Lord's gonna steamroll you, man. He's gonna put you to death. You know, he's going to steamroll you, man. Let's jump to Jeremiah 51:32. This is Jeremiah 51:32. And that the passages are stopped. Yeah, the passages are going to be stopped. This is talking about Babylon today. This is not talking about ancient Babylon. This is talking about current Babylon, America. It says the passages are stopped because there's going to be checkpoints, military checkpoints, roadblocks. Throughout the city and throughout the country. In 2nd Esdras 16, let's talk about how you're going to desire to go to another city, but you won't be able to. You're going to be locked down where you are. Won't be with it. You know, so whenever martial law goes down and finally declared, guess where you're going to be at? Until it's over. It's going to be there until it's over. When you make it out alive, and if you make it out of there, boy, you are still for real. You are wild, crazy. Motherfucker, you make it out of that. Because you're going to have the Lord on your side on that. It's going to be like Mad Max on steroids out there. You're going to have to turn to a killer, you know, in order to survive what's coming. You know, you're going to have to do some shit you thought you'd never do in your life, man. You know? You're going to have to take it there. You know, you're going to have to be cold-hearted. I'm talking about ice cold, stone cold, you know? You have to be stone cold in this. It's all about survival. It's all about survival. When the food stopped running, the truck stopped running, you ain't ate in 3, 4, 5 days. Man, you ain't gonna be thinking about nobody but yourself in that day. No water in 2 days. You're gonna kill whoever you need to kill to stay alive, man. So that's the times we fastly approaching. It's gonna be no food out here, no water, no running water. no no heat, no cooling, man. You're gonna be out here in these elements, man. But hey, as a man of the Lord, man, you ain't got that to worry about, man. The elect, you good. But for the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, man, better you than me, man. Better you than me. You know, you gonna freak out. I'm laying it off on that, man. You gonna freak out when you hearing chicks and men getting ravished, man. And you already know what I mean by getting ravished. You gonna have raping gangs out here. You gonna be raping men and not including the wild animals out here, man. They ain't 8 days. The pack, you know, New Orleans full of pit bulls, man. There's gonna be some hungry pit bulls out here, and they're gonna be clamping down on your ass, man. And then you're gonna be weak as hell. You ain't ate in 6, 7 days. What you gonna do with a pack of hungry pit bulls? Not a damn thing. Give up the ghost. You know, once they clamp down on that arm, and then that other 2 or 3 clamp down on that neck. Next thing you know, your eyes start getting heavy, man. You start bleeding out. The eyelids start getting heavy. Next thing you know, your ass hit the pavement. And that last blink, man, you hear them dogs just tearing your damn flesh. It lights up. So that's coming for y'all. Okay? Lord willing, I'm out of that number. But hey, the Lord said He gonna reject you, man. And He can show you better than He can tell you. You know? He definitely can show you better than He can tell you. So I'm gonna head over on that, man. So I gather and give all praise and glory to you. I will Shalom.